There we go.
Perfect.
It's laggy. This is not good. Oh boy. It's every car sitting in the pit. I have that feeling. Oh, and it's frozen. Oh no.
Which thing do you think is doing it?
I have. Well, it could be the track because it's a small track and there's already 30 people in the session.
True.
So it's probably that, if anything. I can actually look at my task manager. Maybe off the side. To everything it's doing, it's iRacing using the most of everything. I can't close
Makes sense.
So if I close
Yeah,
Discord,
that-
I'll be disconnected from the call. So I can't close that.
Just kick me. I mean, I can view this through iRacing, can't I?
So did you say you didn't have the track though?
Yeah, I have Iowa.
We can do it through here. I can just close my Logitech. And
Yeah, maybe
minimize
you
streaming
not
feeds.
streaming through this would make it easier. One less thing.
We can handle that other lead just fine. So, of course, things. Maybe it'll be slightly better. Yeah, act like none of that ever happened. If there's lag, there's lag.
Everyone's really pushing it with their lap time so far, too.
Oh!
Ooh.
We haven't even
But
got
if there
to...
were ever a time. Thank goodness they're doing it in practice.
Yeah,
Anthony Alex.
that is the number 22. I noticed two things about this track. It's loose in the pavement, but actually maybe it's the other way around. Tight in the pavement.
The thing is, yeah, because they just repaved the turns recently, right?
Yeah.
So it's amazing when you're going down the front stretch, you feel so loose. It immediately tightens up in the corners, and then right as you come off again, you're struggling for grip. So that's why you see so many spin-outs happen right when you're coming onto the back stretch and right when you're coming onto the front stretch.
And
It's a
there
huge
goes
adjustment
Brad
for a
Keane
driver.
sliding up the
Ooh.
track. Tap the wall. He's not going to suffer that much. He's still sliding back there. Oh, the 54, that's Tyler Otter sliding through the infield, and he's going to tap that inside wall at the bottom of the track. Man.
Running what appears to be a Kyle Larson tribute scheme. We love to see it.
Now, we haven't even probably got to introduce you. Temporary new broadcast partner for tonight, Noah Jones. How's it going, Noah?
Howdy hi. Sometimes a racer on here, but it's always great to lend your voice and lend some extra commentary on what we have going on in Iowa. The corn, it has the Juice 90 starting up here in about 15 minutes or so. It's going to be really exciting.
Indeed. Now it all really depends on how many of these guys can maintain control of their cars in these corners. You can see some of them overshooting, and that tightness kicks in.
Just like any short track, it's going to be a battle of endurance. It's not going to be necessarily who lays down the fastest lap by lap. It's going to be who can maintain it.
And that's Travis
Ooh,
Griffin in the
48.
48.
Ah, no.
Travis Griffin now sitting at the
I
bottom.
thought for a second maybe he could pull off a Jimmy Johnson save from Dover right there, but not in the cards.
And nearly 3 wide and out of turn 4. They're 3 wide down the front straightaway. Oh, the 36. Oh, clipped the 54. Goodness gracious. Oh!
And I think we'll be seeing a lot of that throughout the race. No question.
And you'll be seeing a lot of frame rate drops as you see now. So many people for a 0.8 mile track. 3 wide into turn 4.
That can't work forever.
And no, it doesn't. In fact, it
Ooh.
doesn't. Sean Purcell going to smack the wall right behind Jacob Hoskins. See, there's Davis Brown going to the inside. They're about to be 3 wide again. How did they not learn their lesson last time? It actually worked decently well this time.
It'll be interesting to see how many drivers pick to go up on that high line outside of that new pavement as well. We've seen some drivers go up in there.
Yeah, that's definitely a tricky part about that track because up there is really loose. No matter what temperature or tire wear you have on your tires, it's slicked regardless. But these guys, I know if you can push it 3 wide, like you can be on the pavement in 3 wide, but 3 wide and 1 car out of the pavement can cause a big wreck.
Iowa is a short track, but it's a short track that has some room to it. There is room for 3 wide racing, like this right here. Trying to push it 3 wide again.
Lifting in the middle, gonna slide back up and lead this pack of 4. 64 outside that pavement, gets back into the pavement, and I can't tell if it tapped the wall. It's there. These guys can ride the wall really close.
One thing's for sure, we'll be seeing a lot of bent toe links today from people popping the outside walls or coming off a turn 4 especially.
Yeah, and that let alone is about 5 minutes of repairs in general, so definitely something to be on the lookout for. There's Timothy Rainey Lewis. He's been fast the past couple of weeks. Almost went back to back to back. Was just short last week at Indianapolis.
And he's got the top spot on the practice board right now too. Definitely someone to look out for in qualifying.
Let's take a look at the top 5 best laps. We've got Timothy Rainey Lewis, William Robbins, Kyle Purcell, Jack Humbert, and Sean Purcell, the top 5 drivers. There.
Well, no matter what, you're all popping the wall.
Oh, that's Liam Pavia, the guy who has not raced since Sonoma.
Running that fresh new Josh Berry PPG paint scheme.
One thing that's definitely satisfying is how these guys slide in between traffic. That's a really good thing. There's Jack Humbert on that outside. Those guys had the same paint scheme almost. Oh, the 78s!
Very close.
Ooh!
Smacks the inside wall. That's like the 4th or 5th time we've seen that in about 5 minutes.
That was Thomas Meeks the third. Like smack that inside wall. And now, Noah, do you want to explain the new beta testing rule that we have for today's race?
I think it's a fantastic idea. So, in NASCAR, in the Cup Series, Truck Series, Xfinity Series nowadays, we have the choose line where you get to pick which lane you want to go into right before we go back green after each caution. But I don't think we have the time to properly implement that rule. So we're going to have the choose Volkswagen Beetle driven by one of our admins, Keith Martinson, today instead. And whenever you see the Volkswagen Beetle come up 1 to go for the green, you'll go inside, outside, and that'll be how we set up the restarts for today.
And it's definitely going to be weird because the Beetle will be facing backwards. So it will be facing towards traffic. That is... I don't know how... That's going to be scary. But I'm interested to see how it works. Literally, he got his name on Discord changed to Choose Beetle, so...
At least we know he's taking the role seriously.
Yes. As he is also our director of competition, for those who did not know. That's why he is the Choose Beetle. And I'm definitely curious to see, Noah, how these guys choose their lane. Like, obviously it's going to depend on the speed, but it depends on their jump on that restart.
There's no question about it. It's going to be a vital decision because those first few laps after the restart determine so much at a short track like Iowa. We saw a lot, Austin, the other day throughout the weekend at Iowa. A lot of the drivers were choosing the outside line to start off with. So we're going to see if that trickles over here into the GFI Racing League. I suspect it might.
Yeah, that is correct. Definitely a wild race there, IRL. I hope we don't have too many cautions in this one because it would be definitely real nice to get this one and over with. But you never know. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
There's our Beetle.
Yep, there it was. That was Keith Martinson. Let's take a good look. There's the Choose Beetle whipping Yui on the track. We'll automatically get his black flags cleared since he is driving the wrong way for the Choose Beetle. Oh, I think he just got black flagged.
Well, that was your first look at it, folks. The Choose Beetle, of the newest implemented rule here for the GFI Racing League.
I can't tell if it's qualifying. It says practice.
I think qualifying is in a couple of minutes.
Oh wait, drivers meeting. Everyone has to pull off. That's right.
Where they'll be explaining the Choose Beetle much like how we just explained to y'all.
You know what? Let's actually take a good listen.
So I'll be at the tail end of the field. With 2 to go, I will stop because I can't drive backwards enough. Otherwise, it'll disqualify me. That'll kind of ruin the whole idea. So I'm going to park somewhere around here. And then once I'm parked, basically the thing you're going to do is you're going to choose which side you're going to go on. If you choose the outside, go up as close to the wall as you can. If you're going to choose the bottom, get down as close to the grass as you can without giving yourself an X. Once everybody has chosen, I will get off the track, and then it'll be 1 to go, and then you'll go racing as normal. Hitting the car is going to give you not only damage, but an instant EOL. So just be careful. You shouldn't hit it. It's bright. It's orange. It's a Beetle. Here I am. Don't hit me. All of the rules are going to be the same. Now, the tough part about this is that there are going to be black flags, and that's okay. Do not worry about iRacing telling you to pass or catch up or be on whatever line you are. As soon as the green flag comes out and everybody crosses the start-finish line, I will clear all the black flags. The only exception to this rule is if you already have a black flag for something else, I will reapply that black flag and you will serve it like you normally would. It's going to be a drive-through regardless of what it said before, because I'm going to be honest with you, I freaking hate the black flags where you're held in the pits for a certain amount of time. It's ridiculous, and NASCAR doesn't use it. So, all black flags will be cleared. Anybody that had a black flag previously that hadn't served it yet, I will reapply it to that person as a drive-through, and you will be on your merry way. Anybody have any questions at all about this process?
Nope. What's an EOL?
EOL means end of the...
It's a little glimpse at the Choose rule that we had just recently had a poll on in our Discord. I'm definitely curious to see how this one is going to play out for everybody. But obviously...
Yeah, there's no doubt that this will be the story of the night, is how those first couple of restarts go for the Choose Beetle.
Yeah. See them. He'll probably most likely pull to the end of pit road so that way when Keith is done doing his talking, they can.
And I have to wonder if Keith pulled that 26-second lap inside of that Beetle. If that's the case, that's a pretty impressive lap to throw down in a Volkswagen Beetle at Iowa.
Well, if I had to take a wild guess, I'm pretty sure he did. Maybe it was intentionally, maybe it was unintentionally, but I guess we'll never know. Not even the slowest car on the track. Thomas Meeks with the 43.3. So let's go take a look at the top 5 once again. Timothy Rainey, Lewis, William Robbins, Kyle Purcell, Jack Humbert, and Sean Purcell. Now here comes the drivers getting ready to roll back out onto the track. Excited to see how this one goes.
And anyone beat the time that Rainey Lewis put down for practice?
That's a fantastic question. So we're taking a look at the logos for the cars now. We can see majority of this field is Chevys. Over half the field is Chevy. So is it going to be a great day to be a Chevy? Or are they taking the Chevy that William Byron had? Oh my God! Oh my goodness gracious! Liam Pavia causing a big wreck. And that just destroyed a whole bunch of other drivers. Oh, what do you think of that, Noah?
goodness, what a wreck to start off the beginning of the rest of this practice with. There's no question this is going to be a very loose race for these race cars, and that's just an example of it right there.
Yeah, you got to be careful going back on that throttle. But do you think most of these guys have chosen a Chevy to try to replicate what William Byron did at Iowa yesterday?
Oh, certainly. I mean, after the strong performance, especially on that fuel mileage that we saw out of William Byron yesterday, I think there might be more than a couple of drivers who might be trying to practice a fuel strategy of their own. Tough hit there for the 18, right in the corner.
Ouch.
Again, we're glad they're getting all these demons out in practice, and we can have, hopefully, a low caution, God forbid, caution-free race.
Yeah, I highly doubt it'll be caution-free, but there definitely will be some cautions, that's for sure. But there's that 39 of Jack Oldenburg. Had an interview last week during the broadcast.
Nice to see a Red Bull car out there on the track always.
Reminds me of Shane Van Gisbergen just a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing that's different. Oh, 91 car, hard in the wall.
Oh, not this again. No.
And we've seen so many cars pop that wall coming out of turn 4.
Nice little pack of single file racing here.
Polite racing.
Yes, of course, polite racing, but obviously you can get a slight little pull on a draft on the backstretch, believe it or not. You can see that Jacob Hoskins used that to his advantage there.
Out of line.
Oh, no. Oh.
More cars.
Oh! Both drivers going to lock it up, and Jacob Hoskins going to barely tap the wall. What a save by Grant McDonald. Oh, Nick Norris backwards. Just going to get out of everyone's way. Now, Iowa.
Gives us a mini burnout.
Mind you.
Ooh! Barely avoids one there.
Great awareness. Now, no, I don't know if you know this, but Nick Norris has actually been a king of Iowa outside of GFI. So we definitely want to keep our eye out on him as well, as he's trying to come away with his first win in the Cup Series at Iowa.
It'd be an amazing story as well.
Oh, 100%.
Now, I know that the two of us are also no stranger to Iowa as well when it comes to the GFI Racing League. A few weeks ago, you and I participated in the truck race they had here at Iowa.
Yeah, we don't talk about what happened to me.
It was an interesting experience, definitely. Caution-filled race, lots of restarts. And I think we might be seeing more of the same thing here.
Definitely not a shocker, but 3-lap qualifying for these drivers. Let's get the lap time history shown up once these guys get their thing. But in the meantime, Iowa Speedway. It is an oval. It is in Newton, Iowa. It is 0.88 miles long, and the temperature is 96 degrees at an altitude of 904 feet. 67 degrees, 95-degree humidity. It is cloudy, and the wind speeds are 17 miles an hour. Not exactly straight line, but that is a possibility that they are straight line.
McDonald just getting up to speed here. Pretty slow lap so far as he's just... And a wreck on your practice lap for the 91 of Kyle Hayne. You hate to see it.
Kyle Purcell setting down the first time so far with a 23.090. The overlay's glitching right now. It does that with this one in qualifying. So we'll just ignore it.
The ticker is just as excited as we are about the changing times and everyone getting to figure out where they're going to be starting this.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't think that lap's going to count.
Now you can see one position behind these two. So Hightower is the guy that we're watching now. But you'll see what Oldenburg has behind. Oh my goodness gracious!
We've got a spinning Purcell coming out of turn 1.
Ooh, Brad Keaton gonna pull down the track. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Rexon upon Rexon.
Sean
Rexon
Purcell
qualifying.
set the fastest lap though. You saw that on your screen. That's what that pink number lettering was, or color, I should say. Why am I saying number lettering? But that's what that was, and so far quick time.
You have to wonder if there's a legitimate strategy to kind of laying off it a bit in qualifying, starting toward the back, and just waiting for the chaos in front of you to take out some of your competitors.
So Nick Norris currently setting P6 on the board. There's Preston O'Brien currently sitting 13th in that number 18 for Taggy Racing. Getting close to that wall. You can get that big momentum run on that wall, but he should have gotten down a little bit earlier.
Respectable lap there by O'Brien.
In fact, see, there's Thomas Meeks the third. There's Bednarz, one of the rookies ineligible for the playoffs.
Right up close to the wall there. That's exactly how you want to do it in qualifying.
At this point, he's probably just cruising to get a feel for the track. As you can see, it says lap 4. There's like 3 qualifying laps. So he's probably just getting a feel for the track right now.
All right. Pretty all right.
There's Davis Brown for Ajax 1. It's right on board with him now. We're really close to that wall.
But it allows you to carry that momentum so well off in the turns 1 and 2 when you can stay up close to the wall like that.
And that is it for
Ooh.
Davis Brown.
But Sean Purcell continues to lead.
Sean Purcell still setting quick time. This is one of his first pulls in a long time. You can start seeing a bit of more scenery around the track.
Strong turnout today for the GFI Racing League at Iowa.
Oh my gosh, yes, there is over 33 total drivers in tonight's field. Definitely interested in how this one's going to go. You see the flagman. That's not Barney.
That is not Barney. That is an imposter.
Maybe, hold on. Maybe we can fix something. Oh, no, never mind. We do not need to fix anything.
Pay no attention to what you just saw, folks.
Exactly. So that is the end of our qualifying. Now let's look at the results. Pulling them up on screen now. Qualifying results: Sean Purcell, Timothy Ray Lewis, Mitchell Sundstrom, Ralph Gilbert, Kyle Purcell, Nick Norris, Jacob Hoskins, Grant McDonald, Joshua Martin, Thomas Meeks III, William Robbins, Davis Brown, Travis Griffin, Preston O'Brien, Clifton Chanel, Anthony Alex, Jack Oldenburg, Eugene Richard. Now moving down the list, we got Andrew Parr, Quentin Hightower, Kyle Hain, Landon Bednarz, Dalton Cleveland, Andy Ennis, Cohen Haas, Zach Bartow, Tyler Ottery. Moving down the list one final time, we got Brad Keaton, Ignore Keith, Jack Cumbert, Liam Pavia, and Brian Troy rounding out our field of 33 drivers.
Or 32 drivers plus 1 Volkswagen Beetle.
Yes.
The real winner of tonight's race is, of course, Keith Martinson in the Choose Bug.
So 90 laps here at Iowa. Sean Purcell going to be starting on pole position for the first time in quite a while in the Cup Series. He's been doing it in the trucks and Gen Ford. He's fast in literally basically every series. But excited to see how his experience from yesterday's league that he's in carries over tonight.
Definitely. Who do you think are our drivers to watch so far, Austin?
Okay,
Who are your pre-race picks?
pre-race picks. I'd have to say Nick Norris, Timothy Rainey Lewis, and or let's go with I'd say Sean, because Sean actually is showing a lot of speed so far today.
I think that's dope. Those are some fantastic picks as well. I think his brother Kyle definitely could also potentially be one to watch here. You always have to watch out for a Purcell in GFI, no matter which league we're in. They always seem to find their way toward the front.
And now getting ready to pace the pacing truck. Secretly, I heard there's a lot of corn in that truck. It's probably a possibility, but first restart's gonna be on the flagman, which isn't Barney. We're just gonna call him Freddy, since it's not Barney. But I can't remember if it's 2 pacing laps or 1 pacing lap, but I want to say it's 2, only because it is a shorter track. So you can see Timothy Rainey Lewis on that outside. I wonder if that's going to be the spot to watch on that outside as they get this as we start. We're going to be 1 to green this time. A wonderful field of 32 drivers.
And just to note that Rainey Lewis is car number 2 right now. He is not the leader of this race. But at the start, it's no holds barred. It's whoever can get into turn 1, turn 2 first, and complete that corner exit the best.
Yeah, definitely about jumping the restart too. You got to really time that start. So, curious to see if Timothy Rainey Lewis can come away and do that, jump the start really well here. It's gonna be 1 to
Iowa
green this
Speedway
time.
Claims to be the fastest short track, and I think we're going to see some fantastic evidence of it tonight as the cars pull out. We are in turn 3 and 4, about to head green.
And Sean Purcell, I love doing this. This will be the first time you're in the booth for when I do this. And green flag, baby, baby, Mark, let's go race in the corner field, baby. Corner field, that made no sense, but Timothy Rainey Lewis still on that outside. Sean Purcell going to maintain that low line.
And off of turn 2, they are side by side. Oh, Rainey Lewis gets the advantage heading into turn 3.
You can see it. There's Ralph Gilbert in that 3rd place spot, chilling on the outside. Got to watch out for Thomas Meeks coming. I'm sorry, not Thomas Meeks. That's Mitchell Sundstrom. His teammates come to the inside. We got the top 3 starting trying to pull away from this field here.
And we have to give them props, folks. They made it 1 lap without a caution at a short track. Round of applause for all of our sim race drivers for doing that.
A lot of single file racing.
The field's already started to sort themselves out, but it's still really close there between Purcell and Rainey Lewis up there in the 1 and 2 spots.
Here's on board with Kyle Purcell in car, trying to get around that number 8 of Mitchell Sundstrom. Oh, almost, that was a little sketchy right there. You saw Mitchell Sundstrom nearly tap the quarter panel off Nick Norris.
And Purcell had the run there, but he had nowhere to go with it due to Sundstrom getting loose.
Yeah, now Kyle Purcell is leading the points so far, but he's looking to continue dominating. Obviously, there's a couple of drivers who aren't far behind.
We're already starting to see that higher line take advantage so far. A lot more of our passes are being made up there than on the low side.
I'm definitely interested in seeing if there will be any contact into these corners to hopefully get some of these guys loose. But lap 5 of 90 here at the Racetrack of Dreams. Field of Dreams, you can call it literally whatever, as long as it has the word dreams in it.
At Iowa, about 20-25 laps after each run, those tires are about to go kaput. So it'll be interesting to see how the drivers impact their braking, how they enter into these corners as their tires start to wear down.
90 laps to go. Timothy Rainey Lewis pulling a huge gap away from Sean Purcell. You saw it at the bottom of your screen right there. There's Kyle Purcell looking at the inside of Nick Norris. Nick Norris going to stick to that high side. He's going to get that momentum on the straightaway here.
And he clears it. Norris has been moving up the field so far.
And Norris still going to stick to that outside. I'm actually genuinely curious to see how that outside line is going to work for Nick Norris, because you can see them both working on the bottom together now. Side by side.
It looks like Norris is being held up a little bit by the 23 on that outside lane. The 23 is not getting quite as good of a run off the corner as Norris is. Ooh.
Little contact, little contact. You saw it. But if I were Nick Norris, I would get behind Jacob Hoskins and maybe look to give him a bump and run for that position back. Obviously, it's still early in the race, but we don't want to cause any wrecks. But it's just enough to move him out of the way. That's probably what I would do if I was Nick Norris in that number 16.
Grady Lewis has opened up a pretty good gap over Purcell so far. About a second and a half.
Yeah, you can see that now. This is Sean Purcell. That's Ralph Gilbert right back there. We're not on Timothy Rainey Lewis at the moment. We're having connection issues cooking up to his rear camera. But you can see all the bumps there on the straightaways. Oh boy.
But Purcell is gaining. That leads down to about 6/10 of a second from where it was.
In fact, you can see a lot of single file racing back there. Doing a spectacular job so far. There's Timothy Rainey Lewis going to lead back into one.
Back in the field a little bit. O'Brien in the 18, Hayne in the 91, jostling for position.
Oh, wow, there goes that. I thought I saw a 15 just sling right on that outside. Holy moly, these guys are getting big runs on this outside line here.
On lap 12, 3 wide.
Oh,
Goodness.
tight. There's a little tight. You can see that. You saw that green car back there. That's 72 of Eugene Richard. He was a little tight.
Just barely made that stick in the corner.
Oh, that's a car with the high side.
Wall.
Taps the wall. Who is that? I cannot tell. "13 laps, still no caution." There's the 39 trying to look to the inside of Quinn Hightower, the controller player, ladies and gentlemen. He did win an ARCA last season at this very track. Let's see how that comes into play. Gonna try to get a run close to that wall. Gets right up next to it.
Ooh, no question. The 72 is making some wild moves so far, but they appear to be working in his favor.
Surprised to not see
Riding up
Christopher
very
Green.
high as the 29.
Uh-oh. That was
There's
weird.
the high line, and then there's what he's doing up there.
There's that 29. Gonna ride that bottom. Has Jack Oldenburg right behind him. Oh, they're wrecking! And we got our first wreck of the night! And that is, I can't tell who that is.
The 22 of Anthony Allen.
Cohen Haas, Brian Troy, and possibly Anthony Alex, all involved in this incident. First caution comes underway, and it happens on lap 14. Alrighty, let's drag one of our racers in here, Sean Purcell. Howdy, howdy, Sean. It's Austin and Noah from the booth. Can you hear us?
I sure can.
Alrighty, well, you started on pole, and that quickly de-escalated. Are you trying to save your tires more, or are you just trying to let him hope, or I should say this, are you trying to hope that Timothy Rainey Lewis makes a mistake and then eventually pass him, or what's the strategy?
Just the outside line's really dominant on these restarts, especially when it's not the leader in control of the restart. So as soon as I was on pole, I knew that I'd be losing the lead in turns 1 and 2. So at that point, yeah, I was just kind of riding. I was hoping more people would pit here, but it looks like a good amount have. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm taking 2 tires here because it's not worth taking 4 yet. So we'll see how this works out.
Now, what would you say is the trickiest part for you at this racetrack?
Consistency. It's you got to get into a rhythm, and it's really easy to struggle to keep that rhythm. And like, you want to push to catch people, but you just got to play smart.
Absolutely. And this is going to be the first race with the Choose Beetle. So when it comes down to it, are you going to be picking the high line, the dominant line, like you said, or are you going to be going for position?
I'm restarting. I'm 12th in line here now. First one on newer tires, so I'll probably take the shorter line and try to work my way through. If I get a really good restart, I can get under the inside line into turn 1, but I don't know. I'm going to try to be patient, but it's hard to be patient when you got fresher tires and you want to get back up to the front.
Absolutely. Tires mean so much at a track like Iowa. It'll be interesting to see how you're able to navigate through the field. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, thanks. I'll try to do it safely.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say, Sean, before we bring you back up to your team chat?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have any teammates here again, so they must not have missed me too much. But I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you back, and excited to look. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how you go from 12th, and I hope you have a great race all around, bud.
Thank you.
That was our pole sitter, Sean Purcell, and curious to see when that Choose Beetle's coming out.
Happy to have Sean as one of our in-race reporters for tonight, and it'll be great to see how he's able to navigate through the field on those fresh 2 tires. We see the Choose Beetle coming out for the first time. A lot of people taking the high line so far. People are prioritizing having the high line over having the greater position on the bottom.
I feel like it definitely makes a difference at a track like this. You see Timothy Rainey Lewis start on that outside once again. And as you heard in the drivers' meeting that we disclosed, you heard them talk about it. So this is definitely going to be one of those situations where it depends on the jump that you get.
And props to our drivers for getting through that first Choose Beetle caution without hitting the Volkswagen. Always appreciated.
For now.
48 Travis Griffin up there on the inside line, starting next to Timothy Rainey Lewis this time around. We'll see if he could have a better chance of getting to Rainey Lewis on the inside than Purcell did this last time. Running a Jimmy Johnson tribute scheme. Love to see it. Lowe's in Iowa.
Now we are 1 to green. Travis Griffin on that bottom. Timothy Rainey Lewis going to be taking us away. Gosh, it is so different seeing the leader on the outside, I'll tell you.
Just one benefit of having the Choose Beetle. So we got Rainey Lewis, we got Griffin on the front row. Behind them, Purcell, O'Brien. We'll see if anyone's daring to take it 3 wide to the corner. We heard from Sean Purcell that he might be willing to do it this early in the race.
Timothy Rainey Lewis is going to be on the leader. Timothy Rainey Lewis on that outside. And green flag, and we resume racing. Timothy Rainey Lewis pulling out to a big gap already. 3/10. Kyle Purcell right behind him. And sticking on that outside line. We see Travis Griffin getting the momentum on the bottom. Now Kyle Purcell is going to have the momentum on that outside.
Already up to half a second with the lead for Rainey Lewis. He's taking the bottom around 3 and 4.
Oh! We got a wreck. That's Nick Norris. I can't really quite tell what's happening. But still green.
He saved it.
What a save by Nick Norris, but we are still green and we are still racing.
You hate to see it for Norris, someone who we're really hoping to do well tonight, but there's still plenty of time to recover.
Absolutely. I bet you it was one of those daring 3 wide decisions early on in the race that caused that. Sorry about the blinking. There is like 32 drivers on a 0.88 mile track.
Norris taken all the way back to 28th with that spin.
Maybe we won't ride on board. Caution comes out! No clue what it's for, but let's rewind and see what we can see what it was first. Actually, it won't let us because I was blinking during the incident.
We will just call it a debris caution, folks. We saw some debris on the apron coming out of turn, let's say 2. And that's what brings out the second caution tonight.
Definitely.
It was huge, couldn't miss it.
Alrighty, let's bring Nick Norris into the booth so he can tell us about what happened. Hello, Nick Norris. It's Austin and Noah in the booth. You got a copy.
Copy.
Would you like to explain what happened on that instant?
Yeah, let's dissect it together. All right, so 65 completely tossed me out, misses corner. If he gets some wheel on there, we'll be looking a little better, but hopefully he doesn't do that to more guys because that was real unfortunate for me. Using my line, driving correctly, get taken out like that.
Now it's gonna be you're actually gonna like this, but I actually had you as my top 3 pick drivers tonight because obviously I've seen what you've done outside of GFI and in those officials.
Ooh, looks like you're gonna have to throw that bracket away.
Well, we still got 70 laps left.
Have
Anything
confidence,
can
man. We got plenty of time.
Not for me. My pit crew's telling me too much damage. We're done on lap 23, so that was fun.
Already.
Well, I could actually probably see some of these wrecks if, I wasn't sitting here blinking 300 times in a row. But
You hate to see it. So it was the 65 Oldenburg got into you off the corner and just sent you into the wall, huh?
Feels like that's what happened. Just got out of the care center and everything's okay. It's just gonna head to next week.
Absolutely. Heading to Watkins Glen up in the Finger Lakes. We'll be definitely looking for you to steal the win there as well.
Ooh, probably not. We got some fast road course guys in here, but I tend to do okay on the road courses, finishing top 5 or top 10 because I can get out and have my own kind of space. But so I'll be looking forward to that. Be getting around these cars like that, not fun.
now, I actually want your opinion on this, Nick. What would you rate the Choose Beetle that we have now?
I think that worked great. I think that was awesome. Everybody did a good job. I didn't hear any complaints.
I just want this blinking to end. That's all I ask.
Oh gosh, yeah. You got a storm brewing?
Actually, no, it is sunny. And it's just there's so many drivers for a short track.
Yes. Well, hopefully I can help out by being one less. About to lead the session here.
Alrighty, well, you have a great rest of your night and take care, Nick.
Thank you. You too. Thank you for the broadcast. Thank you for y'all's work. Have a good one.
Yeah, now I gotta find your channel.
Thank you so much for joining us.
That was Nick Norris, one of the drivers involved in that earlier incident. You can see Travis Griffin, the current leader, sticking on the bottom.
Taking the bottom, our first leader of the night. Or shall we say second leader besides the star of the race. But guess who's right up there beside him? Kyle Purcell. Sean Purcell. Taking those 2 tires. Worked out pretty well for him so far. Back up there at the top.
What do you mean video techniques?
I'm really interested to see what happens right behind him with Eugene Mitchell in the 72 because we saw him earlier in the race making some crazy moves on that very first run. So we're gonna see that if he gets up here to the if he's gonna keep making those moves or if he's gonna wind it back a little bit now that he's up there with the leaders.
So 1 to green, we'll see this green flag wave once again in the GFI Cup Series. And green flag and Travis Griffin. What a restart on that inside line! And we are 28 laps complete out of 90 today. It's impossible to see what's happening right now. Dover 2.0.
Everyone makes it through 1 and 2 safely without any incident so far. But Griffin is under fire already. Already looking to get passed by Purcell, coming out of 3 and 4 as we get onto the second lap of this run. Purcell takes the lead. Griffin hits the wall.
There's Eugene Richard.
Eugene Mitchell's loose.
Eugene Richard making his first appearance in the top 3 in a long time, and they're wrecking!
He spins.
Brad Keane involved. I can see Eugene Richard. I can't see. Oh my gosh, I can't see everything. This is bad.
61 involved.
Oh, and a big crash. I can't. Oh, why is it still blinking? There's like 2 cars over here.
Well, we had to wonder. It just looked like from our view up here that Eugene Richard just got loose there getting into the corner and just slid up the track and one of those racing incidents.
So we do have word that Grant McDonald, Landon Bednarz, William Rollins, Dalton Cleveland. There's probably one more driver, Eugene Richard, all involved in that incident. Man, IRC needs to fix this blinky flag system bullcrap for these short tracks.
We did see there right before the caution came out, coming out of 3 and 4, that Sean Purcell was able to swipe the lead right back from Travis Griffin after Griffin hit the wall there. We'll see if there's any lasting damage for Griffin. We believe he hit the wall. It's a little bit hard to tell with the blinking, but Purcell is already back up toward the top.
Hey, at least I did figure out a previous problem to the blinking though. I had internet issues and I'd actually get disconnected from broadcast and the iRacing. But now it's nice to know that it's just now it's just nice knowing that it's all these flipping cars, man.
So many cars are already in the pits. We've had 3 cautions so far. One for wreck, one for debris, as far as we can tell, and then this last one coming out when Eugene Richard got loose in the corner and just came up and collected a bunch of cars.
Now, the track temperature has gone up 2 degrees, and I hope you know 2 degrees does in fact make a difference.
Absolutely.
And it's still 67 degrees, but with that sun peeking out there for that couple of seconds, it definitely warmed that track up just a teensy bit. Clifton Chanel in the top 10. I wish this flippin' blinking would go away, man. It's gonna wait till this last 25 laps to stop blinking. That happened at Dover.
The Monster Mile and the Monster Eighth of a Mile here at Iowa. Already taken out quite a few drivers so far. 32 drivers started this race, but right now Kyle Purcell leads, followed by Gilbert, Griffin, Sundstrom, and Parr, your top 5 so far.
Now, to both the brothers in the top 10, those two are always consistent fighting for those championship spots. Now, Sean Purcell, he did have to miss last week. He did move places, and Sean Purcell almost hit the Chew Beetle.
Calling it close there.
I heard contact. That did not sound good. That concerns me if that was the Cheese Beetle being here.
Back in the field a little bit, we got Kyle Hayne, Dalton Cleveland, Keaton, Anthony Alex coming back from that earlier spin. Eugene Richard, Brown, Meeks, Ennis, McDonald, Oldenburg, Bednarz. Still so many drivers that are potentially going to get a great finish out of the race today.
Yeah, Ralph Gilbert looking to come away with another win this season. Ajax has been doing a phenomenal job this season. You can go actually recap the Talladega race where one of their drivers won, and they actually kind of talked about the story on how they got their name. That would be the Manu Forti Crafts 133 at Talladega. You can go watch that. Man, I gotta sponsor one of these races, man.
I was about to say the same thing. I don't think that the race at Watkins Glen next week has a sponsor. And hey, could be a great time to start. Going up to the Finger Lakes of New York, a very historic track, a bunch of history there at Watkins Glen for round number 25 of the GFI Racing League Cup Series. But coming into turn 3, it's about to go back green.
Now, mind you, Watkins Glen is one of the oldest road courses in all of motorsports. So it's definitely interesting to see that it's still on the schedule and that NASCAR keeps making changes to it. But the pace car getting ready to pull off. I wish this thing would hurry up because I want to see this green flag. And green flag, Sean Purcell leading us away on lap 35.
Every leader so far has gotten a fantastic start. There's been no question who leads coming into turns 1 and 2.
Nearly 3 wide in turn 1. A car taps the wall. Oh! A lot of cars jumping down the line. Oh, come on!
So far back in the field, we have drivers jockeying for position.
There's Cohen Haas recovering from an earlier incident. He's on that outside in that number 96. I wish this would stop. That's why I hate short tracks, man. There's Cohen Haas right there in the number 96. Gotta be careful of that outside wall.
Right behind him, we have the 80 of Clifford Chanel. And he's making his way up in the race.
Cleveland giving a bump to the
Contact.
48. I hate this. This is really bad.
Right in the wall up there, we see the number 85, I believe, 86.
I can't. It's so hard to even determine what the heck is actually happening.
3 wide, making it to the corners there. So many drivers just barely avoiding that wall as they come off of turn 2. Especially when they come off of turn 4, we see so many drivers get loose and spin coming off of turn 4 at Iowa.
See Kyle Hayne blinking in and out once again. That's happened roughly almost every week for him. And
Well, we got a spin.
That's Cohen Haas. Yeah. Lock the brakes up. And it's not going to be a caution. Oh, Travis Griffin, keep your foot in it! What a save!
Now that's a Jimmy Johnson's worthy save right there by Travis Griffin.
Caution comes out. We're not going to be able to recap it because, you know, blinky, blinky, blinky.
I think we can infer what happened there. Great saves by both Haas and by Griffin there. Not major contact for either of them. They'll easily be able to continue in this race.
I definitely think it's when Cohen Haas came back on the tracks and was slow. That's definitely probably what threw out the caution.
Mitchell Sundstrom up there in the 8 and 6 position right now. He's won a couple of times this year, I believe. He's won in a couple of the other series that GFI has. But he's pulling off onto pit road, it appears.
It is. It's so hard to see what's going on.
We'll call me 90% sure that's what happened there. And yes, he did pull off onto pit road there, getting his first stop in. And this is about that time of the race where you have to wonder about where strategy is going to come in, because we're at that point in the race. We're getting close to the halfway mark. Strategy is going to come in, and it's probably about a one-stop race from this point on.
Alrighty, now we're going to bring Quint Hightower into the booth. Hello, Quint, Austin, and Noah in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
So it's really blinky up here, but I'm curious to see how is it going for you down there on the track.
Not too bad. This track feels way different. I have not run it since the rescan. I'm used to the old Iowa, where it is loose on every corner exit, and you have to drive this thing like there's an egg under it.
Now, what would you say is your biggest toughness with the repaved corners?
Honestly, trying to save that right front. Same issue I have just about everywhere. Now it's not nearly as loose, so I can't lean on that right rear as much. So I have to pay attention to how hard I'm driving it in, how early I'm getting back on throttle, and just try and save that right front as much as possible.
Now, we know you are a controller player. What is the benefits of being a controller player that you have?
Quick movements on the steering wheel. If I need to go from one lock to the other, it is super easy. That's kind of why I actually like dirt racing, rally racing. It's pretty fun. But yeah, other than that, I don't have as much feel. I got a data cable for my controller a few weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. So I actually have vibration in it now. I've figured out light vibrations are the front tires scrubbing, hard vibrations are the rear tires starting to go out. So I get to feel it a little bit more now, and I feel like that has helped me with car control and with saving tire.
That's just downright fantastic, and it's definitely unique among the field out here. We've been asking this to all of our in-race supporters so far. What are you thinking of the Choose Beetle, first race for it?
It's a little sketchy, but I like it. I run another league where we have the choose rule, so it's nice to be able to do this somewhere else. It's unfortunate that the choose beetle is incapacitated for the short future, but hopefully we can get over that and get him back out there. Nobody give it a smooch.
Absolutely. And we noticed number 45 running a Tyler Reddick, I believe, Homestead paint scheme tonight. Any particular reason?
No, this is actually just one of the ones that I've made myself. I do a lot of custom paints. Big fan of 2311, being from North Carolina. Michael Jordan, you know, it was a no-brainer for me.
And I just got that win.
Ready.
Oh yeah.
Pace car off. Thanks for your time, Quentin. Good
Best of
luck.
luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
And green flag, it is frozen. Are you serious? What is this?
Green flag back out here at Iowa. Sean Purcell leads him strong in the turn 1 and 2. Right behind him is his brother, Kyle Purcell.
Twin brother, mind you. I can't tell what's happening.
Cars are popping off the wall already. Nearly out to half a second, but there's Timothy Rainey Lewis, our second place starter, coming back into the picture here. He's in third place, looking to take second away from Kyle Purcell.
I apologize for the video. There's so many cars on a short track that it's making me blink because I have to load every car in order for the overlays to work. So,
Eugene Richard popping off that wall there, coming out of turn 2.
saw that 18 go and block him. Oh my god.
Rainey Lewis was able to take second place from Kyle Purcell, and we'll see if he can hunt down his fellow front row starter Sean Purcell as this green flag run continues, as we have just gotten past the halfway point.
There's the 18 at Preston O'Brien. One of the only few
Ooh,
drivers.
spinning.
Oh, Travis Griffin! Eugene Richard involved. I can't tell who else is involved.
Hard impact.
It's impossible to see who's all involved. Cohen Haas, Landon Bednars, all involved. That's the second incident for Cohen Haas tonight. He is done.
And that might just be it for Travis Griffin as well. That was a hard impact into the outside wall there, coming out of turn 1.
He's still there.
up there.
Oh, there's a fender. Let's see what's. Oh yeah, it's CPU every time. I'm gonna pull up my task manager real quick. See if I can see what's wrong.
GFI owner Chanel has gotten himself up there into the top 10. Looks like into 7th place. But our leaders are coming in for what could be the second to last stop of the race. Certainly everyone's going to grab some tires. We'll see if some people take 2, some people take 4 here. On pit road.
I had
Just
attempted
about
to
everybody's
close.
come in.
I've attempted to close as much as I possibly can. I need everything else that's up, so. This is gonna be a very, very boring race with all this blinking.
Just a couple of cars stayed out there. It looks like Sundstrom stayed out. And he'll be the leader whenever we come back to green.
So we got Sundstrom, Brown, and Hoskins, 2 Ajax drivers, 1 Aftershock Motorsports driver. Now
Purcell wins the race off of pit road, followed by Rainey Lewis, and then the other Purcell. We're going to see how aggressive Purcell, Rainey Lewis, and the others get trying to get past these cars that have older tires than they do. We're going to see how these older tires hold up. It wasn't that long since the last caution came out, and we know Sundstrom came down during the last caution. So we're going to see how much of an impact these tires make when they don't have that many laps on them. But it could be a very interesting fight for the lead when we come back green here.
And Mitchell Sundstrom did win at Echo Park Speedway a couple of weeks back. Looking to have another win underneath his belt, followed by Davis Brown there in P2. Is where the Choose Beetle will get ready to come out onto the track.
If the Beetle is no longer having technical difficulties like we heard.
I hope that Beetle didn't get hit. Because that'll do it.
Lots of drivers still having strong runs, and many drivers who are out in the back are still potentially going to be able to make some great runs out of this. Even those drivers we've seen involved in incidents like Anthony Alex earlier, maybe even Cohen Haas, might be able to pull out a decent finish from this if their damage isn't that bad.
So it looks like the Choose Beetle must have had an incident or something because it did not come out at all. But Mitchell Sundstrom is now being forced to start on the inside, and now Davis Brown starting on the outside, which will help Davis Brown if Mitchell Sundstrom doesn't get a good jump on the restart.
If I had a telestrator, I'd tell you to circle the 74 and the 87 right there to see the impact those fresher tires are going to have on this restart. Starting from the 4th position is Purcell, 5th Rainey Lewis. We're going to see if they're able to drive right around these cars that stayed out.
Now getting ready to go green and green flag, and we are green. And they actually waited on the green flag, so that must have been a team strategy for the two up front. 3 wide into turn 2.
That can't work for long.
Now they're still basically 3 wide. Sundstrom still leading. Jacob Hoskins seems like he's burning his stuff up just too much here.
Still 3 wide back there in the field. Here comes Timothy Rainey Lewis getting potentially a good run to come on the inside of Hoskins here coming out of turn 2. Not quite there yet, but you have a feeling that those fresher tires are going to have to come in and be an impact at some point.
Here comes Timothy Rainey Lewis. Oh, not this again. It was doing so good. Timothy Rainey Lewis with a sensational run. What is going on? Timothy Rainey Lewis to the inside.
Already pulling up to the lead. Those tires are really making a difference here. Sundstrom gets up wide there, and looks like Rainey Lewis will be the leader.
Caution comes out.
Caution.
Dalton Cleveland. See if we can go take a
Tide
look.
ride. Look at that Tide logo right back in the back of the middle of the pack there. We might be able to see it coming off the corner right here.
There it is. Let's see what happened. This had to have been a rough impact. Let's see. Got bumped. Got bumped again. Just completely taken out. Tries to save it and overcorrects. Ouch. Ooh. Kyle Busch Saturday? Question mark.
Certainly looks like it. I respect his effort there trying not to wreck into his fellow competitors, but unfortunately it ends the worst for him.
Let's slow this down.
Richard he was going to hit.
Let's slow this down. You can see Andrew Parr on that bottom. Taps him, gets him loose. And he should have wrecked right here in the first place. Car sideways that much. I'm shocked he even saved this. And
you can see he doesn't want to crash into Richard, to Eugene Richard back there, so overcorrects.
Here he comes and overcorrects, just jerks right. Boom! And smoke immediately erupting from that engine. Holy Toledo.
You hate to see it. Dalton Cleveland was running up there, I believe, around top 15, so he was having a pretty great run today. Maybe he could stay in the race with damage like that, but certainly not enough to have a competitive car after.
Let's take a look at the POV. Let's see what happened.
Bumped in the corner.
Saves it. And definitely overcorrects. You can see it there and smoked the wall. Almost got hit a couple more times.
That is about as textbook of a short track wreck as you could have right there. One driver has the position, drives a defensive line. The other driver bumps him and says, "That's mine," and the cars just don't agree. So Timothy Rainey Lewis drove right up to the field there and took the lead back in just a couple of laps from Mitchell Sundstrom.
So ignore that side part. Ignore what's on the side. But Timothy Rainey Lewis from the United States. Not a United States name, but by at least the sounds of it. But it definitely interesting. And I just saw on my thing that the Choose Beetle crashed.
Oh dear.
It looks fine.
Choose Beetle trying to get into position.
Choose Beetle back on the track. In this restart.
We're glad to see it too.
Oh, of course. So Timothy Rainey Lewis behind the official pace truck, sponsored by the GFI Racing League. Take a look at our GFI Racing League blimp. The one and only, by the way. Not to flex on Goodyear or anything.
No, we only allow one blimp in the airspace above these racetracks.
But we do
Choose
have
Beetle
Chopper.
doing its work right here. Going to get a great view of it. Drafting on the pace truck a little bit for Timothy Rainey Lewis.
Hey, man. Any slipstream's going to help at this point.
Definitely.
So you can see that's the Choose Beetle going into effect. The entire field gets to choose where they want to go, by the way. You can see the camera crew. Additional
Thank you to
camera
our
crew.
hard-working camera crew out there doing some great work today.
It is cool how they have the little things like this, though. Some tracks don't have the ability to do this. I kind of want to sit around and look at this and see how it resets as the pack comes by. Now it's all hooked up to something electrical that lets cameras be able to switch. The green flag. Let's take a look
Back out.
back on that camera.
Gets a great view there to turn 1 and 2.
Beautiful. Timothy Rainey Lewis still reigning out front. Mitchell Sundstrom for HX1 Racing right behind him, trying to catch up. There's Clifton Chanel in the number 80 Ford Mustang for the Badmans. Oh, no. Good gap.
23 is putting on the block hard there on Purcell to try and maintain the third position.
Oh, they make contact.
Shuffling back is the 23.
30
Is not
laps
able to
to
maintain
go.
position.
30 laps to
Oh,
go.
it's getting tight.
Ooh, and they managed to do a great job. There's Preston O'Brien in that number 18.
Did a great job.
Oh boy.
Oh.
The 97 smoked the side of the 39 Jack Oldenburg. Good lord.
That was nearly 2 wrecks in a row right there involving the 97.
That would have been ugly. Lap
It's definitely
63,
like
93
Wrecking
wide.
But 3 wide.
They were.
But Kyle Purcell manages to steal both positions from him.
Clifton Chanel has Kyle Hayne in his way. Clifton Chanel has 1 win this season in the Cup Series.
We've seen Mitchell Sundstrom be able to hang on those older tires pretty well. 3 wide
Oh,
again for
tight.
position
That was
here.
tight. You saw that tight. The 97 pushed a very tight gap and almost wrecked again.
He's still 3 wide back there. We've seen Mitchell Sundstrom's tires hang on pretty well, but the 23 has not been the same situation. He's dropped 4 spots at least since the restarts happened, and he's under attack from Kyle Hayne and Clifton Chanel here.
Kyle Purcell going to the outside, trying to get a run to pass Brad Keaton, but I don't think that's going to work.
Might get right up to the quarter panel here.
And there's that big momentum run on the outside. 25 laps to go here in Iowa.
Brad Keaton's fighting really hard there on the inside line. You have to give great credit to him. But
Yeah.
I think that Purcell's going to be able to win this with that preferential line coming off of turns 3 and 4 here.
Depends. That side draft seems like it's helping
He's
just a
doing
teensy
great.
bit. 24 laps to go here at the It Has the Juice 90 at Iowa Speedway. Kyle Purcell swings it much more wider than he needed to. Will this help him get the momentum run? Yes, it will. Holy Toledo!
Gets a fantastic run there. But he's not quite done with Keaton yet. He might be able to get a run here coming off of turns 1 and 2 if he does it right. He can't quite get the run he needs to there to come back side by side with Purcell. Great pass there.
Well, we saw Graham McDonald and Davis Brown there for a little bit. Saw a little glimpse of them, both Ajax teammates. Most of the Ajax crew, believe it or not, actually know each other at IRL, so that is actually pretty cool.
Especially for iRacing, you don't see too often bunches.
Oh, they're wrecking! Oh, whoa! Jacob Hoskins smoked the inside wall, probably broke a toe link from that impact. 21 laps to go.
Unfortunate for Hoskins. He was just continuing to fade after that restart, and you hate to see it have a pretty rough end for him. Finally, here's Sean Purcell getting the best of Mitchell Sundstrom, trying to go for the pass here in second. Sundstrom's done a fantastic job hanging on those older tires with 21 to go here, coming to 20 to go. But Randy Lewis is starting to put a bit of a gap between him and the rest of the leaders.
It's right on board with Kyle Purcell now. And there's Ralph Gilbert right in front of him.
Sean Purcell gets a bit loose there. And there's Sundstrom getting quite a bit of a good run up there on the leader.
Oh, gotta be careful though. Saw that tightness come into effect right there.
Pardon me, that's not Sundstrom up there. That is the other Purcell. Sean Purcell getting a great run up there on Rainey Lewis.
So let's taking a look at the top 5 right now. Timothy Rainey Lewis, Sean Purcell, Ralph Gilbert, Mitchell Sundstrom, and Kyle Purcell. Now in this top 5.
We give him the room.
Gotta be careful.
Ooh, Sundstrom's going to get hurt by that, by the number 9 slowing down a little bit there. Will he give him the top? He does give Kyle Purcell the top there. A gentlemanly move there by Mitchell Sundstrom, giving the top to Kyle Purcell.
Did not really help Kyle Purcell though. Bet Mitchell Sundstrom gonna at least try to hold on to this P4 spot. One of their Ajax guys are in the top 3. That is Ralph Gilbert in that number 9 Zebra car. Kyle Purcell gonna swing to the outside. There's Kyle Hain.
Well, it's officially about to come to 15 to go this next time around, Austin. Who are you watching now? Who has impressed you throughout this race so far?
Gotta be Timothy Rainey Lewis, man. He is on fire right now. He has shown no signs of slowing down. He's 1 second in front of Sean Purcell. Has to be on those fresher tires.
Absolutely. From personal experience, I know not to count out either of the Purcell brothers when it comes to these iRacing events, so I can't take my eyes off them quite yet. But Mitchell Sundstrom is doing a blocking job for the ages, honestly, maintaining his 4th position right here.
There's a really good possibility that Kyle Purcell did burn up his tires trying to battle to get around that 8 car.
IRL NASCAR has their best defender statistic, and if we were doing one for GFI, then Mitchell Sundstrom would certainly be pretty high up there on the list for the work he's been doing so far during this race. He's done a great job maintaining his position despite having those older tires.
Indeed. Still a good look at your top 5. Whoa! Why is he slowed down? Oh my gosh, he's slowing down drastically.
I think he popped the wall there just for a second.
13 laps to go.
We know these next-gen cars are so hard to drive, and it must be really difficult getting off that pavement coming out of turns 3 and 4 to get onto that older pavement that they have in the front stretch.
Yeah, you can see Clifton Schnell really going all the way to the bottom. Trying to reel in Kyle Purcell just a tiny bit more here.
He's nearly hitting the apron there for his bottom line.
Well, Clifton Schnell is by far faster than Kyle Purcell already. You can just see it.
Gotta wonder if that contact with the wall messed up something in Purcell's car, because Chanel's catching him really quickly here. Look at that. He's hitting the
Wow.
apron. He's just driving it in there and hoping it sticks, and it is sticking.
Let's see what Clifton Chanel does if he's going to try to bump him and move him out of the way. Oh!
Ooh, that's about as tight as you can get without hitting somebody. Going past the lap car of Dalton Cleveland area again. You hate to have seen that finish for him after the strong run he was having.
Clifton Chanel going to fall back just a little bit. Caution needs to come out if Dalton Cleveland wants to be unlapped.
Rainey Lewis has extended his lead to about 2 seconds over Sean Purcell.
Gotta be careful on the corner exit. There goes Clifton Chanel. Really trying to reel in the gap.
Interesting that neither of them have tried to take the high side so far.
So, taking a look at the pit stop strategy, Timothy Rainey Lewis pitted on even numbers. So, maybe Timothy Rainey Lewis is going to pit one more time, but you can see the different pit stop strategies. Some of these guys, like Kyle Hayne, have been on one stop so far.
It's impressive for Hayne as well. Most of the leaders pitted on lap 48, but again, Sundstrom, despite having 8 laps older tires, has just been able to maintain his position. He's even gained back third from Ralph Gilbert.
They definitely don't want to burn
16
their stuff
spots for
up.
Hayne. Up 19 for Keaton. They've done a fantastic job driving through the field today, and it looks like they're going to get some top 10 finishes out of it. Knock on wood, of course.
6 laps to
Ooh,
go.
Chanel gets loose.
He's good. He's got it. He's held on. Timothy Rainey. Sorry, not Timothy Rainey Lewis. That's Sean Purcell. Currently sitting P2. Has lap traffic in the way. That's Quentin Hightower. Lapped down now.
Ooh, smacks the wall a little bit there.
He's pulling a
That
Ross
is-
Chastain.
Riding the wall. Yeah.
Oh, that
no.
slows people up. Oh,
Sunstrom.
God. Sunstrom gets slowed up. There's Kyle Hayne. Holy moly. Kyle Hayne coming out of nowhere. Say what is up. Hello. Knocking at your door, Mitchell Sunstrom. Here he comes.
And that is how you turn a top 10 into a top 5, what Hayne's doing right there. He's come right through. And he might get Sunstrom here as well with that damage that he sustained. Still riding the wall back there is Hightower.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Ralph Gilbert's got some front end damage. There's Kyle Hayne trying to have his best finish. So far, he has his best finish. Currently sitting P4. He finished P5 or P6 after running out of fuel on the last lap.
You
Last
just
week.
got to let it go for 2 more laps.
2 laps to
Timothy
go.
Rainey Lewis.
Timothy Rainey
just-
Lewis.
Your outside pole sitter. He's just done a remarkable job. We talked about him in practice, running those fast laps. He's just done an amazing job, had the right pit strategy, was in the right place at the right time, and it looks like he's going to pick up the win.
Needs a caution to come out right now in order for this race to go into a green, white, checkered. White flag, white flag, white flag. 1 lap to go here at the Field of Dreams. Here at Iowa, it has the Juice 90. Timothy Rainey Lewis looking to come away with his 3rd Cup Series win this season in just 4 weeks. Doing a spectacular job. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waving. It's Timothy Rainey Lewis going home with another victory.
And Sunstrom hangs on to P3. Kyle Hayne gets a top 5 finish after that.
That is his best finish by 1 position. Timothy Rainey Lewis did a spectacular job.
You can just call him King Corn.
He is the king of the
Done
corn
it.
today. Now, I'm curious if he'll go home and eat corn as a celebration. And now for the legendary burnout.
there you have it. With our not Barney flagman up there watching them on. I believe that's his teammate there.
Yep, that is.
Nearly
Oh,
got into him during the celebration, but hey,
looks
either
like
way.
looks like a possible team celebration. Let's see it. Not working out so well.
A little bit of burnouts. There we go. They're getting it. It was definitely an interesting race for Andrew Parr as well. Involved in one caution, almost involved in a couple other cautions, but came out of it with a pretty great finish.
That's not the results. Here's the results. So Timothy Rainey Lewis, Sean Purcell, Mitchell Sundstrom, Kyle Hain, Kyle Purcell, Clifton Chanel, Ralph Gilbert, Preston O'Brien, Brad Keaton, Davis Brown, Lennon Bednards, Brett McDonald, Thomas Meeks III, Anthony Alex, Jacob Hoskins, Jack Oldenburg, Eugene Richard, Andrew Parr, moving down the list, Andy Ennis, Dalton Cleveland, Gavin Oldenburg, Brian Troy, Zach Bartow, Cohen Haas, Travis Griffin, Joshua Martin, William Robbins, Nick Norris, Liam Pavia, Tyler Ottery, and Jack Humbert.
Shout out to Anthony Alex coming back there for a 14th place finish after being involved in that very first caution of the day. Great comeback for him.
Now bringing in the top three. Hopefully we'll get one more person in.
Well, for now we have our top two. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It was pretty clear that you two were the class of the field for most of the day. It was a battle that came down between the two of you at the end. What do you think got you the advantage there, Timothy?
Honestly, just saving the tires on the long run was a huge thing at this track because they just eat up so quick, and just trying to avoid the lap traffic and stuff.
Absolutely. And we saw y'all back in the field for a little bit due to pit strategy, but you're both able to pretty masterfully weed your way throughout the lap cars. Y'all just both did a fantastic job at that. It was the first GFI Racing League race with the Choose Beetle. What do y'all both think?
It went better than I thought. I heard that a couple people plowed into it because I don't know, but I know I made my choice a little late a couple times, but you know where the Beetle's gonna be. If you can't see it because of cars in front of you, just go early just to be safe. I don't know why people were having problems, but it sounded like it was just one or two people. So hopefully it doesn't scare them off from trying it again, because overall it worked a lot better than I expected. I was one of the doubters, but it worked a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, the Beetle was interesting. It actually, like you said, it worked out way better than I thought it was. Still don't know how people were hitting it, but it was cool. I wish iRacing would kind of implement that thing in kind of their own way, but yeah, it was cool.
Now,
Absolutely.
Sean, I do have a question for you. What was your biggest, what was the hardest part of this race for you?
I don't know. I felt pretty comfortable all race. I ran a 210 lap race here last night, so I got pretty comfy with the track. I'm a little rusty still. I just got a new monitor from my brother, and I've been moving for the past couple of weeks, so I haven't really raced at all. So that was pretty tough. But I think the biggest thing was just that last long run there. I was trying to save tires, but I also knew I had to get in front of the guys that started ahead of us. Otherwise, Timothy would just run away with it. So I had to fight a little extra hard to get through traffic than he did, and used my stuff up a bit more. And as you can see at the end of that run, he was really opening a gap. So I struggled to get through the traffic on slightly older tires. That was my big issue.
Now, Timothy, what was the hardest part for you to even come away with the win in this race?
Honestly, like he said, with those cars standing on old tires, the first one to get through them is probably going to be the winner, just because, especially if it goes long run. So the hardest challenge was probably trying to get through those cars. Respectfully, not dumping them or nothing, but yeah, it was just probably that getting through the old tires.
Well, Timothy, your third Cup Series win in just 4 weeks. How does it feel?
Honestly, it's kind of weird because these past couple tracks, especially the ones I've won at, I didn't think I was going to do so good. I mean, Sonoma, I'm horrible at Sonoma, and I got it done there. So, yeah, and I'm never usually good at tire stage tracks, so it was nice to come up with the win.
Well, congratulations to you both. Do either of you have anything else you guys would like to say?
No, just nice, pretty much for the most part, nice clean race.
Yeah, I just want to shout out my teammates who don't show up to the races very often, but at least they watch. So, I get their comments passed on from the streamer they watch. So, shout out, Dominic and Dylan. They're my team owners. Got to shout them out, contractually obligated. And shout out my fiance Sam. Without her, I don't have the energy to do this kind of stuff. So, it's good to have that support.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both so
wait,
much
really
for
quick,
joining
really
us.
quick.
Oh,
One last thing.
one more.
Shout out the Choose Beetle, Mr. Keith. He was a very good sport, even when he got a meatball flag. He did a great job of really putting in the effort to try to appease the wishes of the masses. So it does not go unnoticed how much effort he puts in.
Absolutely. A fantastic wish off to Keith for his job running the Choose Beetle tonight. Thank you both so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing what y'all can do in the Finger Lakes next week up at Watkins Glen.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Yeah, well, that wraps it up. Yeah, that wraps it up for the GA5. It has the Juice 90. We'll be seeing you guys next week at Watkins Glen. And this isn't a goodbye. It's a see you later, aka see you next week.